Buddy JC here with a T&I toy review. And for today, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new G.I. Joe classified 6-inch Regal Cobra Commander figure from Hasbro. Now this figure is being released as a HasbroPulse exclusive. Mine just arrived yesterday. And if you caught my live stream yesterday, we took a quick look at this figure, but I wanted to go on and give you a more in-depth review of it. So let's go on and take a look first at the packaging. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the packaging other than to say that the packaging on the Regal Cobra Commander is the exact same packaging that we got with the regular release. You can see both boxes here and you wouldn't be able to tell which one is which. So same artwork, same side logo, same numbering. They're both figure number 6 in the line. So no difference whatsoever in the packaging between the two. Now before I get to reviewing the actual figure itself, I want to give a shout out to site sponsor Diorama Prints. They're the ones that provided the backdrop that is featured in this video. They specialize in doing backdrops for things like toy photography and such. So I will put a link to them down in the video description below. If you use the code TOYNEWS10, you can get a discount, a 10% discount on your next purchase with them. And again, they are a sponsor of the site, so when you buy from them, you are supporting T&I. Now for the figure itself. So no shock here, but this figure is just an exact repaint of the regular release version that we got previously from Hasbro. So there's no difference in sculpting. The accessories are the same. It's just that they've repainted this new figure, this Regal version, with different colors. So if you do have this previous version, you know what to expect as far as articulation and sculpting detail and everything, even though we will still take a closer look at all that with this new figure. Start off with looking at the accessories, and first we get 2 sets of hands with the figure. So you get the one set that's attached to the figure when you first take it out of the packaging, and that's got the open kind of grip hand, which even though this figure really doesn't come with anything that uses that, I believe the San Diego Comic-Con or HasbroPulse convention exclusive version comes with a globe. So I think that hand is kind of geared for that. And then you've just got a normal grip hand for holding either the dagger or the pistol. It would have been nice if we'd gotten 2 grip hands so we could hold both the pistol and the dagger at the same time, but as it is, you just get the 1 grip hand. And then with the second set of hands, the alternate set, you get a closed fist and you get a pointing hand. And here's a look at both the gold and the silver together. And then finally we have the dagger with the Cobra Head on it, and I do like this. Now the top upper portion of this dagger is exactly the same as the regular version. Both are done in a gold color. You've got the nice sculpting detail with the scales and everything. You can make out the Cobra's eyes. So I definitely like the detailing on this. Now the bottom portion of the blade itself is different. It's painted gold as opposed to silver. And then they also included this red on the bottom portion of the blade. I don't know if that's supposed to be blood or something. I'm not sure why they painted that red. It doesn't look like blood. So, again, I don't know why they did that. Maybe just to differentiate it, and they thought all gold would look kind of funny. And the knife looks best, in my opinion. You can have them hold it in the grip hand, but I think it just looks good in the sheath. It would have been nice if we'd gotten maybe a full-on Cobra staff, but I definitely like the way this looks in the sheath, and it does stay in there nice and tight, just like with the regular version, so you don't have to worry about it falling out or anything. Now you do not get a holster for the pistol, so you either have to have him holding the pistol in the right hand, or you'll just need to set it off to the side. But there is no place to store the pistol other than in the hand. Now for the figure itself, so starting with the helmet, so I am not as fond of this helmet as I am with the one that came with the regular release. My main complaint about it is I don't like this dark blue stripe. I prefer the silver stripe, which was in keeping with how he appeared in like the cartoon and stuff. So I definitely like that better on the regular release. And then the faceplate itself doesn't look quite as good. I've got a little blemish, it looks like, on my figure. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, and at first I thought it was just a smudge, but I haven't been able to get it off. So I don't know, the regular release version, the faceplate is a little bit shinier, so I just like that. And then also I have some chipping on the gold. He's got gold trim at the bottom of the helmet, so a little bit of that seems to have flaked off just a tad, so not a big deal. But overall, I prefer the darker helmeted head over this light blue one. But then for the rest of the figure, you know, I do definitely like the lighter blue colors. I like also that they kept the shoulder pads a darker blue, and of course you've got that sculpting detail on there. But I'm definitely glad they kept the darker blue on the shoulder pads. And then same with like the gloves and stuff. You do have the nice sculpting detail with the Cobra symbols on both hands or arms, wrist areas, whatever you want to call it. You also have the Cobra symbol that is sculpted on his chest there, and you've got the little rope piece that is sculpted on there. Now the harness piece does have a tendency to kind of cover that up. I try to keep it pulled down so that the Cobra symbol is showing, but as you're posing it around and stuff, that strap happens to, you know, tend to kind of fall right over the Cobra symbol. And then I don't like this gold harness as much. I prefer the black one that came with the regular release. I don't think it's horrible, but again, I just think the black straps look better than this gold. I think it's a little too much gold. I do like the gold trim like on his actual outfit with the buttons and stuff. I do like the gold there, and you've got the gold trim on the arms, but I don't like the gold on the straps themselves. And then, yeah, this lower piece is you know, it's a soft vinyl material. Now, if you want to try and switch out the harness pieces between the two figures, and that is something that I'm going to show you and recommend, but just note that it's a very tight fit getting the belt piece. You have to essentially pull it down. You know, you pull this piece down off his arm, and then you've got to pull this down, and it is very tight because you've got this lower piece that kind of sticks out. So just be wary. You know, you don't want to stretch the belt out too much as you're doing it, you know, trying to put it on and off. So I wouldn't recommend that you switch it out a lot. You may want to do it like once or such, but I wouldn't recommend that you go back and forth a lot, because you'd probably end up stretching out this rubber material on the straps if you do. And then I think actually I've already switched them out once, and I think when I was pulling down the belt, I may have scratched a little bit of blue on his legs here. You can see a little bit of lighter blue here, and I don't think that was there originally when I first took it out of the packaging. So I may have done that, scraped a little bit of blue paint off when I was pulling the belt down. You've got the boots. Now, this is my least favorite thing about the figure. These gold boots do not work for me. I wish I could switch out the lower legs with the regular version, which are black boots, because I just do not like the gold. In fact, I just go as far as saying I hate the gold. Looks like something you would see Dorothy wearing in The Wizard of Oz or such. So I do not like those gold feet. I don't mind the gold trim up here, but I just don't like those gold boots at all. So I'm not skilled enough to switch out lower legs like that. I'm sure some customizers could probably do that, and I think the black boots from the regular figure would look good on this one, but it's just beyond my skill level. You've got the sheath that has some nice texturing. You've got the texturing down the legs. Whoever does this line, designs it, obviously loves gold, since every single figure they've stuck gold on it, but you know, they just kind of went a little too far with those boots, in my opinion. Cobra Commander here stands almost 6.5 inches tall. He's the exact same height as the regular release Cobra Commander. And here's a comparison with the original regular release Cobra Commander with the darker blue colors. And overall, you know, there are things I like about both figures and dislike about both figures, but I do like the lighter blue because I think it's more in keeping with, you know, the look of the battle helmet. If they ever give us a hooded Cobra Commander, I hope they just take this body and then just stick on a hooded head, because I like the darker blue for the hooded Cobra Commander and then the lighter blue for the battle helmet. Here's a comparison with one of the more recent 3 3/4 inch Cobra Commander figures that Hasbro did, and again you can see here that the blues, you know, not exact matches, but the lighter blue featured on this 3 3/4 inch figure is very close to the light blue on this classified figure. Now here's a comparison of the Target exclusive Cobra Trooper, which has the darker blue colors, and I like the fact that Cobra Commander stands out a little bit with the lighter blue while the rest of his men have the darker blue. Here's a comparison of the Destro figure from Wave 1, which continues to be my favorite figure in the classified line so far. Now here's a comparison of the Target exclusive Baroness figure, and I do think these two figures scale well with one another. And then finally, for just one more comparison, here's a look at the red Cobra Ninja. Okay, so articulation on this figure is exactly the same as the regular release, but we will go over it real quick. So you can rotate the head all the way around. He doesn't get much down movement, only a little bit, and then he really gets no up movement. He can basically just look straight ahead, and you also don't get much in the way of head pivot on this one. Now with the arms, you can get the arms out good. You also have those butterfly type joints, though I don't notice it giving a whole lot of extra movement. A little bit. You can do the arm back more than forward on this one, but you do have those butterfly type joints. And then when you rotate the arm on the left, just note that you have this mini kind of cape thing, which I didn't really talk about, but it's the same as the regular Cobra Commander. It's dark navy on the outer portion and then red on the underside. And I like the half cape. I do like Cobra Commander with the cape, but I like the half cape because it's not cumbersome, so I do like that. But because this is a shoulder pad, when you do this arm around, you have to kind of do it outwards, so just be wary of that. You also get a bicep swivel, you get a double hinged elbow, and he can bend his elbow really nicely. You also get hinges and rotation with the hands. Now on the left hand, you get the hinges on the top and the bottom, so you get the up and down movement there. And then on this one, you get the hinges here and here, so for like sword play and stuff. And again, you get pretty good movement with that hand. You get an ab crunch, but he really can't crunch forward very much. He can look back more, though it does look kind of funny when he's looking back, but you don't really get much forward movement there with that ab crunch joint, so it doesn't add a lot. And then you get a waist swivel, but this tunic does cover the waist piece, but you do get rotation there, not much else. And then with the legs, you can kind of pull them out from the socket. He really can't do the splits very much because, again, the tunic comes down over the legs. But you can get the leg forward, and then you can do the leg back about that much. You get a thigh swivel. I also want to note with the legs up here, mine tend to be kind of loose. They were loose right out of the package. So I do worry, not major, but I do worry that over time that will get worse. It wasn't like that on my regular release, so it may just be with this particular figure. But again, I do worry a little bit about these leg joints getting kind of loose up here near the crotch section. You've got good bending with the knee, double hinge joints, so he can bend his knees really good. You also get a boot cuff swivel with this one. And then you get hinges on the feet, so up and down movement. And of course, you do get ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Now I've gone on and switched out the harness from the regular release, the black harness with the gold one, and I definitely think the black one looks better on this Regal Cobra Commander. Again, the gold one didn't look horrible, but I really think this black one just looks better. Now, what I'm a little undecided, however, is which actual head sculpt I think looks better on this Regal Cobra Commander. The light blue helmet that's included, that has the darker stripe on the top, which I don't really like that much, or taking the head sculpt from the regular release with the darker helmet and has the silver stripe, which I like, which is more in keeping with the Cobra Commander I'm used to, and putting it on this figure. Initially I didn't think it would go well, but with those dark shoulder pads on this one, I think it actually pulls in the helmet nicely and ties it all in together. So I actually think this is how I'm going to end up displaying this figure. This is going to be the figure that I display on the shelf, and I'm going to use the regular release head sculpt and the black harness with the light blue colors. I'm still stuck with those gold boots because I'm just not skilled enough to switch out feet or what have you. I would have probably preferred the black boots on the regular version, but otherwise, I definitely am happy with the darker helmet and the black harness on the light blue body. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I do like this figure. I like the lighter blue colors on Cobra Commander with the battle helmet. I think the lighter blue is more fitting. However, I don't like the gold boots. I really don't like those gold boots. I'm also not a huge fan of the gold harness, but if you do have the original or the regular release Cobra Commander from this line, my recommendation would be switch out the harness, take off the gold one and put the black one on from the regular release. I would also recommend that you switch out the heads. I do think the darker helmet with the silver on the top looks pretty good on this figure. So even though I'm kind of stuck with the gold boots, if you combine some portions of the regular release with this one, you have a near perfect Cobra Commander. Now if we can just get a hooded Cobra Commander with the dark colors, I'd be pretty happy. Now this figure, again, is a HasbroPulse exclusive. Those who pre-ordered it originally when it first went up, I believe has started to get them, as I did. However, people who kind of waited towards the end of the window that Hasbro gave for these, I believe you've probably gotten an email or will be getting an email in your inbox that says you're not going to get your figure now until April. Apparently there was a delay with some of the shipments, and so not everybody is going to be getting their Regal Cobra Commander at the same time. But, you know, and obviously if you missed the window, the original pre-order window, not going to say Hasbro's never going to put this up again, as we've seen them put the Snake Eyes figure, the Pulse exclusive Snake Eyes figure, up multiple times. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do this one again at some point in the future. So that's my review. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. Happy holidays to everybody out there. Stay safe, and until next time, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.